Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today it's going to be a bit of a longer video, thinking maybe 15-20 minutes. It's kind of going to be a podcast sort of thing. Well, I'm here with Liam. He's going to be discussing, you know, the things what we have on this piece of paper. Sorry, we've got the Villa game on. Villa are currently winning 1-0. But we've got a few things written down. There's 5 subjects we want to talk about. And we're just going to, you know, talk about how the season's gone and stuff like that. The first thing we actually want to talk about is how's the season gone. I'll let Liam go first. You do the honours, you're the guest.
To be honest, it did start off quite promising. Yeah,
2 wins against, I think it was
Bournemouth
and Burnley, wasn't it? 1-0. You know, that wasn't the most convincing, but...
I mean, Carnu got sent off in that Burnley game.
He actually got the goal as well.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And Burnley went on to have an amazing season, and we've just
declined. We've just gone. We went from up here to down there. After them 2 games, I think we had to wait until Huddersfield to get our next win. Something like that.
God, it was our next win was against Brighton at home 2-0 after that, after the Burnley game. Yeah.
Well, apart from the good start, like I said, we declined.
Yeah, it was awful.
Rapidly. We went awful. So what do you actually think's gone wrong this season?
Well, they weren't playing for Pulis, was they? I need to call him the Pulis now.
The Pulis.
They just stopped playing for him, and makes you wonder why. Because last season we were having a great season
under him as well. Yeah, he was actually beating teams 4-0 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Liam have always had like this argument, not an argument, but like we've always had this thing where he's really like Pulis and I haven't so much. But after looking at it, you know, in my opinion and Liam's opinion, I think we both agree on this. The players stopped playing for him, and that's why I think Pulis should have went, because, well, he did go, but the players stopped playing for him. You know, there was a lot of arguments and stuff with him. Yeah. That's the reason I think he should have went.
Yeah.
And his football, it was atrocious. I'm sorry, but it was.
The thing is, yeah, last season we were battering teams at home. 4-2 against West Ham, 3-1 Watford,
4-0 Burnley, was it?
4-0 Burnley, 3-1 Arsenal, 2-0 Sunderland. We were under Pulis, and we were showing that we could play good football under him. But this season, we did start off quite well, and then it just completely went...
You could say it was the club's ambition as well. After we got to that 40-point mark, we didn't really pick up a point after that. You know, we went on to a really bad run. I think we didn't get a win in like 21 matches under Pulis. And then, you know, the worst one of them all, I think owners' decisions have cost us as well. You know, bringing in the wrong managers. Yeah. You know, Alan Pardew, what was the owner thinking? He was just awful, wasn't he?
Well, I mean, he was terrible. I mean, our decline, though, started when we got to 40 points last season. I mean, how many games were left? There was 36 points left at 12 games. Yeah,
12 games left, and we didn't really pick up a point. We got to 4. I think we got to 40. Yeah, 45.
5 points.
That's awful. That is terrible. That's relegation form. And I think it all started from there, like I said. You know, poor decisions by the owners for bringing in such terrible managers. I think the backing by the owner hasn't been amazing as well.
It's not been very good. I mean, it don't help when he's never hardly at the games unless it's like
a big team like Man United and stuff like that. I agree. But yeah, the season has been awful. You know, from my perspective, from Liam's perspective, he's been to a few games with me.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to near enough every match. I've just watched it get worse and worse, and Pardew was never the man for the job. He's never done any good anywhere, apart from that one spell at Newcastle, was it?
Yeah, I think they finished 5th that season, and Demba Ba had like the season of his life. He scored that wonder goal against Chelsea.
Yeah, and he was in the Chinese league. He's never heard of. But yeah, in my opinion, poor decisions by the owners. The players have a lot to take blame for as well. You know, they need to really look in the mirror. Like players like Evans. You know, the incident with the taxi, I think it was Evans, Livermore, Myhill and Barry.
Barry,
yeah.
One, yeah.
You know, it's just when you're in that position, you don't want your players doing that, do you?
No, I mean, you know, it really an incident like that sums up the season. And apparently, the manager lost his phone as well or something.
Yeah, apparently, the manager, like Pardew, lost his wallet because he was there with him. I mean that, and I've heard that Pardew he didn't just get sacked from Palace. Apparently, he was doing stuff with players' wives and stuff like that. So I've heard. You know, that's a different video, but we actually come nicely onto this right now.
Yeah.
Pardew. Where do I start with that guy? You know, he's an attacking manager. You can see that, you know, he tries to get results in a way, but he just exposes you at the back.
The thing is, yeah, I never wanted Tony Pulis to be sacked because I really think...
I did.
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this for some people, but I genuinely think he would have kept us up.
But the players stopped playing for him.
No, I think 4 defeats in a row got him sacked. 4 defeats.
I know, but what about the other form, like 21 games? Yeah. I mean, that is sackable in itself. Yeah. But, you know, Pardew, he was never the man to replace him. He's never done really that good anywhere he's been. You know, he does play attacking football, but when he does, you get really exposed at the back, and it's just not good. He's a terrible manager in my opinion. I did say when he came in I'd back him. I'm sure you did as well, because you know, you got to back the manager, but he was never the man for the job. I would have probably, as soon as Hodgson left England, in my opinion, I would have went straight for him because I think he had a brilliant season.
I think Hodgson would have definitely kept us up. I mean,
look at the job he's done for Palace.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was 7 games in a row with defeats and no goals scored, and then he comes in, they beat Chelsea 2-1. I mean, that's there.
I mean, he is a good manager. The third subject we're actually going to talk about is the players. Now, in my opinion, the players have a lot to take blame for. They've been awful this season, bar from few. I think we said Evans. No, not Evans. Evans has been a wanker this season. Sorry about my language. Foster has been a good player this season. He was a bit wobbly at the start, you know. He was making a few mistakes. He kept dropping the ball. But that comes with age, you know. He's been a good servant to us ever since we signed him from Birmingham. Brunt, he works his socks off every match. You can see he really cares about the club. Rondon as well. He really, at the start of the season, I actually slagged Rondon off. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I did. A lot of people did, because his tactics were wrong under certain managers. He was diving everywhere on the floor. He wasn't, you know, he's a big, strong bloke, and he was getting pushed off the ball by people my height, and it's just, you don't want to see that for your target man up front. But having looked on the season, he's done really well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has done quite well. I mean, he shows fight in a lot of the games. I mean, he has chances, but sometimes he misses a few, but he still tries.
Could be down to confidence as well, though. I mean, if he was in a better team, I think he'd easily be a 10 to 15 goal striker in the Prem. It's just, sometimes it's down to service, and, you know, I just don't think the players have performed this season.
I mean, I agree on that point as well, but it is ironic, don't you think? You said Foster and Brunt, and you've also said Rondon. Foster and Brunt have committed the future of the club. They play for the badge. Yeah. Does that mean Rondon's going to stay because he plays? I mean, he might not, but
it might just be like a, you know, like a side, kind of like his own personal beliefs that if he's at a club, he has to give 100%. And maybe it's that, or, you know, he has got a release clause of, I think it's 16.5 million. I mean, that is cheap in my opinion.
Chinese club were going to sign him for 32, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, if we was going to sell him, we should have sold him then. And why on earth we put a £16 million release clause on him? I have no idea. So I don't know.
I mean, I'd love to keep him in the Championship. I think he'd bang the goals in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we need to either keep Rondon or Rodriguez to get us a few goals, but I just think a lot of players are going to leave. I mean, you got Chadley, Evans. I think even Gibbs and players like that could leave. I mean,
suddenly a week there when I spoke to him.
Yeah. But you know what? It'll give the younger players a chance to develop. Hopefully, whoever's the manager, I think, like I said to you yesterday, didn't I? After thinking about it, Darren Moore has done a good job, but I think him as a number 2 would be better. What do you think of that?
So this is it's quite an hard argument to say because obviously with him only having
5 games.
I mean, he managed the second team, so he's got a bit of experience. But the first team and in the Championship, the hardest league in the world to get out of, will he maintain it over 46 games?
That's what I mean. Has he got the credentials to do it over a 46-game season? I mean, you see that all the time with teams that get a new manager and they have that new manager like bench. Yeah. Even Swansea had it.
Yeah,
and now look at him. I mean, has he got the credentials to do it in, a 46-game season? In my opinion, this is me though. Everyone's different, you know that. I'd have Dean Smith as, number 1. I just think that because he's local, he's managed teams like Warsaw. He's done all right for Brentford as well. Is it Brentford?
I think he did. He did go to Brentford. Didn't he leave Warsaw for Brentford?
Yeah, I think so. Guys, if I'm wrong, we apologise. But I just think he'd do a good job. I mean, perhaps he does deserve the chance, Darren Moore, because he has got the players motivated to play. He knows the club. He's played for us. But the only thing I'm worried about is if he starts doing bad, and you know what our fans are like. They'll hound him out, and I don't want to see that with him because he is a legend.
That's the thing, like me and you, no matter what's happened, we don't agree with booing.
I've never booed, I'll be honest. There is times where you feel like it because of the performances, especially this season, but if our team plays rubbish, you know me, I won't clap them, but I won't boo them either. But it's just, everyone's different, ain't it? But yeah, the players have a lot to hold their hands up and say sorry for. I think they owe us another season. But, we're not going to get that from players like Evans. I mean, the taxi incident summed it all up, didn't it? The players not caring and...
Just tells you everything.
Yeah. Who do we think will leave next season? I've got a massive list here.
You did say who won't leave, then who will.
Yeah. I think Chadley will be gone. He's wanted to leave for quite a bit. I think he's been linked to teams like Swansea and stuff like that. Yeah. Who do you think will leave?
I think
Evans.
So name players like...
Yeah. List some players.
I think Evans will go.
Yeah.
He's already on about going anyway. I mean, I've seen some on the Birmingham Mail. I don't know how true it is, but...
3 million release clause.
Yeah, and players are already on about Moore said they'd get into what happens with the players after the season, so after tomorrow, the game.
McLean will be gone. He said he wants to leave, don't he? Apparently Celtic are coming in for McLean and he wants to leave because it was his boyhood club. What a save!
Yeah, it's probably he's Irish, isn't he? And
I think Dawson will be gone. As upsetting as it is, I think he'll leave to Burnley. I know the Dingle bastards are trying to rob all our players. They've been linked to Rondon as well this week.
Have they?
Yeah.
I heard of it, so I didn't know if it was true.
Yeah, but I just think a lot of players will leave. There's not really many who are going to want to stay. I mean, they don't deserve to be at bigger clubs, half of them.
Here's a few players who I think could leave. Evans.
Definitely.
Chadley.
Yeah.
Agazi.
I think Agazi will stay.
You reckon?
I actually think Agazi will stay. I think Dawson will leave.
Dawson will go. Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs will be gone.
Krakowiak.
Yeah, he's returning on loan anyway, isn't
he? Yeah. Who else? Rodriguez.
I think Rodriguez might stay with us.
Fingers crossed.
I think Livermore might leave as well.
Yeah, he's an England team.
He's been. I don't agree with him being in the squad. He isn't good enough, but that's another video, isn't it? But yeah, pretty much we're going to need a new squad, basically. The Championship's a hard league, but we'll get onto that in a sec. Players like Rondon and stuff like that. The players who are actually played well this season have actually committed the future.
Yeah.
It's Foster, he's staying 100%. Who else is it? Brunt. Yeah. He's been at the club 11 years, and I've never had. I just think he needs to use his left foot a bit more. He doesn't use it enough, does he?
No.
But that's who I think will leave. With our squad, I saw an article saying that our squad's going to need major surgery.
Definitely.
It is. It's. Who do you think we can sign? Do you think we're going to attract a lot of players?
I think there's Championship players who are going to
want to come.
Yeah, they're at lower clubs
in
the Championship, and that no disrespect to anyone in the league, but they know we're probably going to have a good chance of fighting to get back up. Not saying we will. But that could attract players.
Yeah, I think you know, it's going to be harder, a lot harder, because obviously not being a Premier League team, that's what players want to do, ain't it? They want to come to the Prem, but you know, we're not a massive club.
No.
So we're not going to attract massive players. We never do anyway, really, do we?
Well, that's the thing. Remember when Pulis was here, we just used to get players on loan?
Yeah, I think that was more to do with the board, though.
Yeah.
They're being tight, but I think we need to get a mix. You know, a few players who've done well in the Championship who haven't gone up.
You need experienced Championship players as well, because that league, just because they're Premiership players don't mean they're going to be top dog in the Championship. Because that league will bully you.
I also think playing our younger players, you know, like Sam Field, John Lecco, Raheem Tulloch or something, like, he's actually really good. I saw a lot about him in recent weeks. But I'm excited for it because, you know, it's not the league you want to be in for ages, but if we can get up next season, that's actually the next swing, so we won't talk too much on it. But I just think if we come up, I mean, us being down, we can actually develop a lot of our players, and it'll give them a chance to shine, won't it?
It will, yeah. I mean, like players like you said, like Sam Field and that could come good in this league. They could get their experience that they need, because obviously in the Premiership, with them being young as well, they don't get too much game time.
Yeah, because you can't afford to play them, really.
No.
I mean, because it's too much of a risk, especially in our situation. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we've already got our season tickets there.
Yeah, season ticket sorted out.
Smethwick
Weekend. We love it in there. Probably the best stand.
Yeah.
But do you think we'll come straight back up? It is a tricky question because the league has changed a lot. I mean, some of the managers, what you see in there, you wouldn't expect it, would you really? Some of the players as well, what are going there. And I've always said, you know, like, you don't usually see teams like Bristol City or Millwall fighting for the playoffs, and there was this season.
Yeah, we've got Millwall away next season.
Millwall away, the Den. Oh no, going to get lamped by Tommy Hatcher. But I think we can.
I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say, yeah, I think we'll come back up top two. Don't hate me for it.
I think it'll be. I think we might get. I don't know. It's a hard question because it depends. We need to see how our window goes. Obviously, a lot of players leaving. We need to see who we sign, who we get as manager, what the owner does with the club. There's a lot of things what come into play when going into that league, because it is a difficult league, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
Hardest league to get out of by a mile. You know, it's a lot of competition nowadays in there.
But there needs to be a lot of good recruitment and all, like coaching and everything like that. And
well, we have made a step in that direction. We signed that new. He's like a scout, ain't he, or something?
The Italian.
Yeah, the Italian. Yeah. And he's been at teams like Fenerbahce and stuff like that, and attracted a lot of good players. So hopefully he helps, but it's whether we got the budget, ain't it?
That's the problem. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, let's see what goes on through the summer, and then we'll have more of an idea on what the team looks like, and make our decision from there. But I
think we will.
Yeah.
I actually think we will. It's hard to say at the minute because, you know, after that last 5 games of the season, it might give the players a lot of confidence coming into the league, but also they might leave, half the players. And I think we can come up. I wouldn't mind playoffs and getting up. As long as we get up. I don't want to do what Villa have done. I don't want to do what team like Wolves did, how they was in the league for ages. I just want to be in there for a season, experience all the grounds, you know, see younger players develop, and then go back up.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I know we haven't been in this league for like since 2009-10, and we come back up and finish second. Newcastle finished top.
Yeah.
But we know how to play in this league. I know it probably will have changed.
Yeah.
But we just know how to play in this league. I mean, we won it in 07-08.
We'll probably be one of the richest teams in there. So,
more than definitely.
Trying to sign, you know, like players like from. There's a few players who've actually watched tonight in the Middlesbrough game, and there's one who's stood out for me. I think it's Besic from Middlesbrough. I think he played for Everton, didn't he? We need players like that who are, you know, good players, and it's going to be hard to get them. But if Middlesbrough don't grow up,
well, that's the thing. I mean, I still think Middlesbrough get through against Villa.
I hope so, because I don't want two of our rival clubs going up and we being in the Championship. But yeah, guys, that's all for today's video. It's like a 20-minute video. It's like sort of like a podcast, isn't it? We didn't want to make it too long. We didn't want to make it too short. But that's our end of season review. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will be doing a vlog for tomorrow's game. We're looking forward to it. So I'll see you later, guys.